Hi, welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. This is the home of news. Please click on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. Turn the bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first person to check it out. And after watching the video, you are free to leave your comment constructively and tell me what you think about the video and the channel. As we hop into today's exciting video, let's watch this video together and come to the comment section to talk about it.
Okay, let's take it from the angle of Malami now.
Yes.
The things he has actually said and stated legally, do you think it still stands? And do you think that the court has actually, they said has the court really released Nnamdi KANU?
Well, the court will always only make an order.
Okay.
It always depends on the executive to obey the order. A law-abiding executive will immediately obey the order. Even if you want to appeal against it, you will immediately obey the order of the courts. So if we still give them the presumption, because one of the things I think the legal practitioners, disciplinary committee ought to do in this country is to learn to hold attorneys general to the law. They unfortunately, many of them constitute one of the biggest lawless set of lawyers in this country. They think that being attorney general makes you to be above the law. I thought that would have made you to be an example, a paragon of obedience to the law. Many of our attorneys general at the state level, at the federal level, are lawless. And they think it's a pride. They carry with some chink on their shoulders, and moving to court, some of them treat judges with disdain and all that. So it's unfortunate. So, but I believe let Malami understand this time. He's getting to the twilight of his position as Attorney General. Let him use the opportunity to try to put a shine to his otherwise very poor image as Attorney General by obeying, asking them advising them to immediately release him and all that. And again, of course, now the Kanu's lawyer will know that he has given hints. They may be at the gate of the prison to wait and arrest him again. That's unfortunately what our attorney generals advise their governments to do.
So you foresee this happening?
Yeah, I foresee it happening. He has already given hint. The other cases are there, pre-rendition matters. So I foresee that they just bring him out of maybe Kuje prison, if that's where he is. As he's getting to the gate, they say, well, obey the order of court. Then the pressman get away. Then the next time they arrest him, now they have been arrested. They ask him, well, he said for the pre-rendition issue, the water for which he fled outside the country. Though, of course, Nnamdi KANU still had a charge before Justice Nyako, which he must face and defend to the end. Maybe that, but I think that should go under the Justice Nyako had granted bail. That issue of bail where Senator Abaribe and the rest stood in for him, that has been sorted out. So if the court did not revoke the bail, then he should go and continue. If the court revoked the bail, then Nnamdi KANU should get to his hand and be told that he's going to serve the order of detention by the court for jumping bail or being forced to jump bail. That's a matter that we tried again and find whether he was forced, as we all know. Army came and raided his house and he managed to escape. If that be the case, then court should reinstate his bail and all that. But whatever happens, my fear is that, as usual, as he's coming out of this one, they wait at the gate and arrest him again.
Okay, but what would this really tell of our system, a judicial system, if that really happens?
No, in terms of a system where the respect for rule of law is based on discretion of the executive. It is a system where lawlessness is still a very strong factor. In terms of a system where the court is ridiculed on the daily basis by those who should honor its decisions. And that's been happening very, very often. Sometimes even private lawyers, senior lawyers at that, we treat the court with disdain. And that's not good for the image of the country. And that's what those who are saying, we want international investors, we want international respect. The people are not going to look at you by what the executive say. They look at you by what the courts say, what the courts decide, and your reaction to court decision. That's how the world knows whether you're a serious country or not. If you're a country where the court, no matter how lowly the court is, takes a decision and you obey it implicitly and explicitly, they know it's a serious country they can rely upon. So we know, because everybody knows that offenses and disputes will arise in any country. And then people expect that when they arise, you take them to courts, duly constituted courts. And when people, you go through the due process of trial, and when decision is taken, you obey it. Once anybody knows that's the quality of a nation, they take that nation serious. If you don't, you destroy your nation while claiming to want to bring respect for it, which is what many of our attorney general have done for their states and for the nation. Yes, by being not abiding by decisions of court.
So you talked about attorney generals have become so really flamboyant with the authority and the position in which they occupy in the state. What gives rise to this, and what makes them so? What gives them the effrontery to carry out and do the things they do with their position?
Well, you know, I as a law lecturer, I tell my students that there's a big war that has always been on in every nation. The battle or the war between rights and power. And that, you see, in the advanced countries, rights overrides power. That's why a president can resign for the death of one citizen. In advanced countries, a president can come to the open or public television and apologize for one little child. I mean, we saw Biden apologizing to the, kneeling down, apologizing to the son of George Floyd. But in the third world country, Nigeria, if happened to be a typical case, power overrides. That's why when our governor is passing now, everybody from on the road is chased away. If the president is coming, we shut down every business. Go home. Don't even come and greet him. So anything can happen. People die. The president won't talk. It doesn't bother him because that's talking about rights, human rights, right to life. It doesn't matter to our people in Africa. In Nigeria, is the worst case scenario. So power doesn't matter. So when people attain position of power, especially in the executive, they begin to act, I mean, as if God is even weaker than them. And quite unfortunately, for those of us who are teaching, I keep advocating that we need to begin to teach our law students in particular, because they are the most disappointing set of people in government. True. When it comes to obeying law. Yes, our lawyers who are in government are proven to be the most lawless. I'm saying it, I'm 35 years in the profession, and I've been practicing every day of it. So they are the most lawless in the government, most of them. So we need to begin to teach them in the law faculties that we are not only teaching you law to use as an instrument to serve others. We are teaching you law that you should be the paragon of obeying law. You should be the best example of what it means to live by law. We are teaching you law so that when it is the time to renew your papers, renew them. When the police stops you on the road, rightfully, obey them. And if they do it wrongly, go to the court. And you yourself, if you're in a position of authority, walk by the law. Don't act rashly. But quite unfortunately, when many lawyers in Nigeria get into office, every law they learn, even they want to defend them, others they don't. But I think because we have not internalized in them the quality of being law abiding. So a person, because the attorney general is excellency, what do you want me to do? So if the governor wants him to kill, he will kill and come and use the microphone of the state and say, Governor, it cannot be wrong. That man is a criminal. You see police now, police will arrest somebody and kill people, and the commissioner of police will be kicking the body on the ground. My gallant man brought this one down. My gallant man shot this one. That's why he's blind. Those are things that make a commissioner of police inside another nation. A court have not sentenced him. You bruise him. You kill him. Unless you're saying that it's in self-defense. But they are doing this as trophy. My gallant man at zone this one brought this one down. My gallant man after a shootout, they shot this 10 of them. We went to the village and finished the village because of lawlessness. So we must begin to teach. To me, the next level that law teaching has to be is to teach our students to internalize law, so that law students, when they graduate and will become an example to other students how to obey the law. Is it for your school, the clothes you wear, for attendance to class, obeying of time, and all that? When you internalize that, you show other people example. But our governors today who are lawyers are not doing that. Sometimes many people are blaming the vice president because we thought that being a professor of law and of the constitutional law, so therefore we want to know. We thought you'd be and you show example. And he's trying, but he's just a vice president. But we must begin to show example. Our attorney general in this country have disappointed. And the time has come when the disciplinary committee, if it is worth its name, will put its feet down. The board of benchers should put its feet down. But unfortunately, this organization have sold out.
You mean the disciplinary committee is compromised?
They are sold out. You can't trust them. The board of benchers, a governor recently gave 500 million to them. They didn't ask, is it in your state budget? They didn't ask, is it within your power to do? Council of Legal Education, my governor built law school. They didn't ask, is it within your power to do? and gave them share of people's property that he acquired, and they gleefully took it. Say thank you very much. If you're a law-abiding person, you will say no, we can't take this because it's in breach of the law of the state. You don't have the power to do this. We're a federal agency. The law sets out the means by which we raise funds. You must raise within that. You don't go and do it another way. But you say we are in a nation where give me. Nobody abides the law. And I mean, when the governor of Rivers State, for instance, laid the foundation of law school here or commissioned it, Attorney General was there, Solicitor General was there, senior advocate, Chairman of Council of Legal Education, senior advocate, Chairman, President of MBA was there, Attorney General of Rivers State, Chief Judge, everyone were there, and illegality was exalted.
But shouldn't it's a law school, so shouldn't they be there?
No, they shouldn't be there because it is a wrong thing to do. Foundation is wrong. This is a federal institution. You're using state funds to do it. So it goes round and round in everything. So we keep paying this price. So, but because the Attorney General's view is that what has power said, I don't care about rights. Nobody cares about rights in this country. So the right of the citizen, whether it is an individual, a community, a whole state, doesn't matter. It's just the power. I have power. I have power to do it. I can command that your house be destroyed now. It will be destroyed. No, but the proper question would have been, do you have rights to do it? So what you are seeing Attorney General of the Federation doing is the same thing. He just has given the hint. Nnamdi has been in the shower kind of appeal, but you sure that Nnamdi will not be out? Let me put that, may not be out. Because an Attorney General who has claimed power, who sees himself as being above even the Supreme Court, has already given hint of what he will do. So sometimes I feel for the judges. They are so handicapped because today you think a judge has given judgment, and then the public will blame judiciary, not understanding the handicap of the judiciary. So once in a while they take a decision like this, it comes out to the public. When it didn't come out, people say, why didn't the court order him to be released? The court has ordered, but the court has no power to go and release him. Before you know it, the same Attorney General will be giving promotion in the legal profession.
Thank you for always watching Linda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Linda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye bye.